The purpose behind performance measuring has got to be to achieve evidence-based leadership that results in significant performance improvement to the business. The secret to the success, however, is to have the right approach and considerations alongside the right resources. I'm Stuart Popplewell from 4GM, and I will cover the approach and resource considerations required to go about measuring performance in your business. The approach. Step 1, you've got to carefully define what to measure and what to measure by. Step 2, how to measure. Plan what data sources are required and how you'll transform this data into performance measures. Step 3, how to communicate the measures. How will you provide a clear insight that will trigger a positive response from the stakeholders that will bring about performance improvement? Lastly, what strategic action? The planned actions that you will take, for example, to improve operational processes, or perhaps even price breaks that will change customer behaviour. So let's look at resources. What resources are required? Firstly, step 1, the right questions. A solid questioning framework will identify and define the right suitable measures. The right questions are more important than the right answers. Step 2, the right platforms will provide performance measuring engine platform and a visualization and communication platform. Step 3, the right skilled people. You will need to provide commercial, operational and technical strength and consideration. And lastly, your motivated team of managers. In the next section of this video, I will use a case study to demonstrate how we tackled performance measuring opportunity in a third-party warehousing space using the aforementioned approaches and resources. In this case, we used 4GM's InfoMeasure resource suite, which included a 4GM questioning framework, secondly, a globally recognized visualization platform, and lastly, a performance measuring engine that included cost to serve, value, productivity, and utilization measuring, as well as customer analytics. So let's introduce the topic of cost to serve measuring and value measuring. InfoMeasure has tackled this in the following way. We've identified the measures that are important to measure value and cost to serve, and we've also identified what those measures need to be measured by. So let's see a live demonstration of InfoMeasure in a third-party warehousing environment and case study. We see revenue, cost and value insight at the highest level. We see that the KPI for our value measure is 35%. We see that the revenue stream breakdown of cost, revenue and value is provided. Below, we see our 80-20 rules. In terms of revenue, we can see this customer Sparkles makes up 11% of our total revenue. However, on the cost side, Sparkles makes up 24% of our costs. This is a disproportion and somewhat alarming. In terms of a value measure, we can see Sparkles' cost is 51% of revenue, 16% above our KPI. We may be losing money on a client that is 24% of our overall cost.